Paris, winter 1916. The rain fell relentlessly, washing the cobblestone streets, creating distorted reflections from the yellow street lamps. In a narrow alley near a small cafe, Michelini sat quietly. Her smile seemed harmless, yet her eyes were always moving, capturing the smallest details of every passerby. They called her the Cat. She could hear whispers, the silence of officers, and the subtle beats of hearts behind closed doors. I know you lie. I know what you say before you say it. From Michelini's diary. That first night, she spotted a wounded German officer. She smiled coldly, but didn't ask a word. Instead, she took a small piece of paper from his pocket while bandaging him. A week later, coded messages arrived in Berlin. A single paw print symbol. Die Katze, the cat. The name was born. Michelini was born in a small border town, where whispers and lies were a part of everyday life. Her father worked on the railway. Her mother knew everything, but spoke little. From her mother, she learned one lesson: silence is the deadliest weapon. As the war unfolded, Europe became a network of exposed nerves. Trains carried secrets more than passengers. Borders were no longer lines on a map, they were traps. Michelini worked as a waitress near a train station. She saw everything. Soldiers talking too much, officers thinking the waitress was invisible, forgotten papers on tables, names whispered carelessly. I learned to hear what is not said and read what is not written. From her diary. One rainy night, Michelini entered a room of French officers planning an attack on a German railway. She sat at the table, placing a teacup in front of her, as if she were just a guest, speaking little, smiling lightly, and listening more. An officer whispered, "Did you see the documents?" Michelini replied softly, "I believe I have already." She left the room without a trace. Unbeknownst to them, every word they spoke was now in Berlin. You think the coffee warms you, but the cat warms your mind. German officer report. Michelini was not just a spy. She was a complex game of emotion and betrayal. In an abandoned hotel, she met a simple French officer. They spent the night exchanging secrets of war, faint laughter, and distant street music. By morning, he discovered every word he had spoken had been recorded for the Germans. I loved her, but she loved the war more. French officer diary. Michelini felt no regret. She knew love was a weak weapon in war. Human curiosity was stronger. With every operation, danger grew. German officers began to suspect. French officers monitored her, eyes always following. A German report read, "Die Katz is nearing her end, yet always one step ahead." One of the chases happened on a train to Brussels. Michelini slipped between the carriages. Rain pierced the windows. The soldiers shouted, weapons raised. Yet she vanished like smoke, leaving only a half-full teacup and a coded note. Every wrong step could be the last, yet she did not fear. French officer diary. Michelini expanded her network. Coded messages, street children, corrupt officers, hotel staff who kept silent. Every word, glance, and movement was calculated. We never knew where the information came from, yet it was always precise and devastating. French officer diary. Her game was complex, every step measured, every look observed. November 1917. A formal meeting. A small room, faces emotionless, operations on edge. The French investigator asked, "Why did you do all of this?" She smiled softly. "Because you spoke, and I listened." No record of arrest, no sentence, only files that read, "She vanished, maybe dead, maybe not." After the war, no one forgot her. She was the mirror of the war itself, calm, cunning, unseen, yet leaving fire wherever she passed. Some cats do not die. They disappear when the game burns. Michelini, the cat who knew all secrets and never revealed herself, reminded the world, in war, the greatest weapon is knowing how to listen and not speak. The story never truly ended. Michelini may have disappeared, or perhaps she still watches among shadows, abandoned trains, or old streets of Paris. Anyone who approaches the truth feels a fire chasing them, the cat's fire. In war, the cat does not die, it becomes legend.